Hello everyone! For today's video, we will talk about tangent and secant segments. So, talking about segments, it is just part of a line. Take for instance, this is a line and this part is a segment. It is just part of a line. So, part lang yung segment is just a part of a line containing 2 points. No? So, meron yung dalawang points. It contains 2 points. Okay. Theorem on two intersecting chords. If two chords of a circle intersect, then the product of the measures of the segments of one chord is equal to the product of the measures of the segments of the other chord. So, let's have an example, an illustration here. So, dalawang chord that intersect. So, in the circle shown on the right, chord Sn intersects chord Dl at point A. From the theorem, ang sinabi sa theorem that yung product ng dalawang segments ng isang chord, this one, SA is a segment and NA is also another segment. So, sinasabi sa theorem that the product of the two segment, which is SA times NA, is equal to the product of the two segments. So, ito na naman yung segment ng isang chord. So, DA times LA. So, yun yung sinasabi sa theorem that the product of the two segments of a chord is equal to the product of the segments of the other chord. Okay, so you have to remember this one kasi mamaya magagamit natin ito sa pagsagot ng mga problems. Okay, let's define external secant segment. An external secant segment is the part of a secant segment that is outside of a circle. So, sa labas siya makikita. Secant siya na kung saan yung segment niya is nasa labas ng circle. In the figure, this one, GM and SM are secants. AM and EM are external secant segments. So, ito, AM and EM are external segments. Okay, so yun yung definition ng external secant segment. Okay, let's move to the theorems on secant segments, tangent segments, and external secant segments. Number 1. If two secant segments are drawn to a circle from an exterior point, then the product of the lengths of one secant segment and external secant segment is equal to the product of the lengths of the other secant segment and its external secant segment. For example, let's illustrate the theorem by citing an example here. So, AR and NR are secant segments drawn to the circle from exterior point R. So, this one. So, AR and NR are secants. From the theorem, sinasabi sa theorem that the product of the secant, so this one AR times IR, the external secant, is equal to the product of another secant times its external secant. So, kumbaga, kung ito yung basihan natin na given, that is AR, yung isang secant talaga, times yung external secant is equal to NR, which is the secant times its external secant. So, yan yung sinasabi sa theorem number 1. And let's proceed with theorem number 2. Sa theorem number 2 naman, it's if a tangent segment in a secant segment, so dalawa, may tangent, may secant, are drawn to a circle from an exterior point, then the measure of the length of the tangent segment is equal to the product of the lengths of the secant segment and external second segment. Like for instance, let's consider this example. YO is the second segment drawn to the circle from exterior point O. CO is a tangent segment that is also drawn to the circle from the same exterior point O. From the theorem, so kunin ninyo yung square ng tangent. This one is a tangent line because it touches the circle exactly 1 point. Get the square of the tangent, and that is equal to the product of the secant, YO, secant, times the external second segment. So, yun siya. Yun yung sinasabi sa ating theorem number 2. Okay, so you remember all those theorems, dalawa dito, and of course, yung theorem na sinabi dito, that the product of the two segments, pag yung dalawang chord or yung dalawang chord nag-meet, nag-intersect sa loob ng circle, then the product of their segments are equal. And you have also to familiarize this theorem. Okay, so are you ready to have an activity? So let's have this activity. We will use those theorems para masagot itong mga problems dito. Okay, we're going to find the length. Find the length of the unknown segment X in each of the following figures. Answer the questions that follow. Okay, for number 1. As you can see, number 1, ito yung sinabi ko nung yung first, that if two chords intersect, then the product of their segments are equal. So, ibig sabihin, if we're going to answer this one, ang hinahanap natin itong S, no? Ano kaya ang measure nitong X? Itong SG, no? Itong segment na SG. So, sinabi sa theorem that the product of their segments are equal. So, ibig sabihin, 6 times 4, ito, 6 multiply mo ulit sa 4 is equal to 3 times x or 3x. I'm sorry, bakit x yung nalagay natin? It's 4. 6 times 4. 6 times 4. Okay, so 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Equals 3x. Para makuha natin yung value ng x, divide both sides by 3. And 24 divided by 3 is equal to 4. I know, 8. The answer is 8. 24 divided by 3 is equal to 8. Okay, this is the answer. 8 units. So, since wala siyang unit, so, lagyan na lang natin siya ng word na unit. 8 unit. Okay, let's proceed with number 2. Number 2 is also two chords intersecting at each other. So, gagamitin pa rin natin yung ito siya na theorem about two intersecting chords. So, we have ito. The product of this one is equal to the product of the other chord. So we have 12 times 4 is equal to 6 times x. 6x. Okay? So we have, what is 12 times 4? That is 48 is equal to 6x. Divide both sides by 6. Cancel natin ito. So, x is equal to 48 divided by 6 is 8. 8 unit. Okay? So, let's proceed with number... Okay, let's proceed with number 3. Ito. Dalawang secant line na intersect sa exterior ng circle. Meron siyang external secant segment. So, gagamitin natin dito is yung theorem number 1. We're going to use, balikan natin. We're going to use this one. So we will use this one. So sinasabi dito that the product of the secant and its external secant segment is equal to the product of the other secant times its external secant segment. So ito sabihin so ibig sabihin ito siya, ang length ng S hanggang I is ang length ng S hanggang I is 16. So that is 16 times the external, this one, the external secant segment is X. So 16X is equal to, ang length ng T, ito hanggang doon, is 10 plus 8. So that is 18 times, what is the measure of the external secant segment? That is 8. So 8. Okay, so we can automatic, pwede nating i-divide na instead of multiplying 18 to 8. Pwede naman kasi ma-divide yung 16 ng 8. So pwede nating i-divide dito siya ng 8 para ma-lessen na siya. Cancel na yung 8 dito. And 16 divided by 8 is 2x is equal to 18. Then divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 18 divided by 2, that's 9. So 9 unit. So ang x, the measure of x here is 9 unit. Okay, so let's proceed with number 4. Number 4, ganun din, no? Dalawang secant nag-intersect sa labas ng circle. So, ito, yung measure J to A is 11 plus 14, that's 15. 15 times the external secant segment, which is 4, equals. So, ang measure nito, S hanggang A is 12 times X. Okay, so we can divide both sides by 12. I-multiply muna natin pala. Okay, we will multiply 15 times 4 is 15, 30, 45, 60. So the 60 is equal to 12x. Divide both sides by 12. 12 din dito. So x is equal to 60 divided by 12 is 5. 5 units. Okay, so let's proceed with number 5. Ganun din, no? Ito number 5 naman, dalawang secant na intersect sa labas ng circle. Okay. So, paano kaya ito siya isolve? So, first one is, ano ba ang length ng M? Itong secant na ito. M to G, or G to M. The measure of this one is 6 plus X, diba? Ina-add man yan siya. So, 6 plus X. So, the measure of this one is 6 plus X times the measure of the external secant segment, which is X. Tama? Equals the measure of this one, G to C, that is 6 plus 8, that's 14, times the measure of the external secant segment, which is 6. So, magiging ganyan yung itsura. So, if we're going to simplify this one, distributive property, so that is 6x plus x times x is x squared equals, sige, ito, 16 or 14 times 6, 84. Then as you can see, this one will create, ibig sabihin dalawa yung magiging value ng x natin because of the square here, of the degree of our polynomial. So pwede natin apply yung polynomial, no? How to find the real roots of a polynomial. So ang gagawin natin dito, siguro i-arrange muna natin. Actually, dapat pwede namang nauna dito yung x, no? X plus 6. Sige lang, pwede naman natin siyang i-arrange. So, this one is x squared. Ito, plus 6x. Both positive man yan sila. So, positive, this positive also. Minus, ilipat natin sa kabila, 84 equals 0. Okay, from this one, from this answer, we will find the value of x. So, x squared plus 6x x squared plus 6x minus 84 equals 0. So this one is a polynomial, is a quadratic equation. So hahanapin natin, tama ba? X squared plus 6x minus 84 is equal to 0. So from this one, hahanapin natin yung we're going to find the value of our x. So i-recall natin ano ba yung pwede natin gamitin dito. So pwede kayo mag-extract ng root, square root, completing the square by factoring or by using the quadratic formula. So in this case, we will use the quadratic formula. So ma-remember ba ninyo yung quadratic formula? So the formula for quadratic formula is x is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Tama ba? B squared minus 4ac all over 2a, wherein a, b, c are real numbers. So ito yung a natin, b, and c yung 84 natin. So ayan, substitute lang naman natin yung mga given, yung mga coefficients dyan sa ating formula. So negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we will use that one. So identify natin dito yung a natin is equal to 1, our b is equal to 6, and c is equal to negative 84. So we will use this one para mahanap natin yung value ng ating x. Okay? So we have x is equal to, our b is 6, so negative 6 plus minus square root of b natin is negative 6 squared minus 4. Our a is 1 times our c is negative 84 all over, pag sinabing all over, hanggang dun sa negative 6, no? All over 2 times 1. So we will simplify negative 6 plus minus square root of, what is 6? Negative 6 squared is 36. Negative 4 times negative 84 of negative 84. 340. So the sign here is plus 340. all over 2a. So we have 340. I-plus natin siya. So we have negative 6 plus minus square root of 376 over 2. So what is square root of perfect square? Parang hindi perfect square itong 376. Okay, so 19.36. So 19.36. So mangyayari dito, it will become the first one is negative 6 plus negative 6 plus 19. Ito yung first x sub 1. Pwede natin pangalan natin x sub 1 kasi dalawa yung ating x dito is because of the plus minus, no? 19.36 over 2. And the other one is negative 6 minus 19.36. Kanina ito plus, yung minus naman ito. So, ini-split lang natin siya all over 2. As you can see, if we're going to simplify this one, itong x sub 1 natin, magiging negative 19.36 is 6 divided by 2. So this is 6 point, approximately is equal to 6.68. Sa kabila naman, this one is magiging negative 12.68 approximately. So in this case, we will disregard the negative 12.68. Ano yung reason bakit natin i-disregard ito? We will disregard this one. It is because wala naman kasing length na negative, no? So we will accept only the positive one. So ito yung value ng ating x. That's approximately 6.68. So ibig sabihin ang measure nito is 6.68. Okay? 6.68. The measure of this one. 6.68. Okay, let's proceed with number 6. Okay, number 6, parang the same lang din dito, no? Dalawang chord nag-meet sa loob ng circle, they intersect. So, ibig sabihin, 8x, itong 8 times x. 8x is equal to 12 times 7. So 8x is equal to what is 12? 12 times 7, 84. Divide both sides by 8, so that we can cancel this one. And x is equal to 10.5. 10.5. So the measure of x here is 10.5. Okay, number 7, the same also. Dalawang chord mag-intersect. So we have 5 times x is equal to 4 times 6. So that is 5x is equal to 4 times 6 is 24. Divide both sides by 5. So we have 24 divided by 5. 4.8. So x is equal to 4.8. Okay, number 8. So number 8, ito yung pinakalasa, pangalawang theorem, no? Kung saan meron tayong tangent and secant line. Tangent and secant line nag-meet. So, ang gagawin natin dito is yung square daw ng ating tangent is equal to the product of the secant times its external secant segment. So, that is x squared, ito, x squared natin yan, is equal to, so ito, OR is 16 plus 19, that's 25. 25 times 9. So, x squared is equal to, what is 25 times 9? So, 25 times 9 is 225. So, kunin natin yung square root to both side para makancel ito siya. X na lang na iwan. And square root of 2 to 5 is 15. So, the measure of x here is 15. Okay, so let's proceed with the other one. Ito. Ang measure, ganun pa rin siya, no? Ganun pa rin gagamitin natin. So, magiging x squared siya. I-square kasi itong tangent line dito. Then, total ng m to t is 4 plus 6, that's 10, times the external secant segment, which is 4. So, we have x squared is equal to 40. So, we're going to get the square root of both sides para makuha natin yung value ng ating x, which is square root of 40 is 6.32 approximately. So, we will use approximate kasi nag-round off naman tayo. 6.32. And we are now in the last number. Also the same. No? Mapansin nyo. So, we have tangent ito. Square natin siya. So, that is 10 squared is equal to, ang measure nito, yung mahaba, it's x plus 25 or 25 plus x, pareho lang din yan, times yung external secant segment, which is x. Then we will simplify. This is 100. This 100 is equal to x times x is x squared. X times 25 is 25x. As you can see, pwede natin siyang gawing quadratic, no? Parang ganito din mangyari. So, hanapin natin yung value ng x. So, pwede natin i-arrange. Pwede siyang ganito siguro. X squared plus 25 minus 100 is equal to 0. Yan. So, hahanapin natin ang value ng x. So, we will have a blank sheet para ma-solve natin. So, we have x squared plus 25x minus 100. 25 is 25x. 25, sorry, kalimutan natin yung x dito. That is 25x is equal to 0. So, we will use the quadratic formula. Pwede natin gamitin yung quadratic formula. Or, you can actually, pwede ba tayo dito pwede ba tayo dito factoring? Ano kaya ang factors nito? Factors ng, what are the factors of 100? 25 and 4. That will give a product of 25. Pwede ring 20 and 5. Yes, it could be 20 and 5. Pero all positive man siya. So, hindi siya pwedeng ganun. Ano kaya? So, we will use the quadratic formula na lang. So, we have x is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Wherein our a here is 1, our b is 25, and our c is negative 100. So we have x is equal to negative 25 plus minus 25 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 100 all over 2 times 1. So it is negative 25 plus minus, what is 25 squared? 25 squared is 6 to 5. 6 to 5. Then 4, negative 4 times 100 is 400. That's 400 all over 2. Then we have here negative 25 plus minus. So we have negative 4 times 1, 100 is positive. So 6 to 5. 6 to 5 plus 400. And put natin square root. We will get the square root here. We have the square root of 25. We have review na natin. Okay, something wrong with our answer. This is, tama naman ginawa natin. This is 10 squared tapos 25. Ang length nito is 25x squared and 25 x squared and 25 okay. Tapos kung x squared, lipat natin sa kabila ito. Okay, tama naman din. So we have this one 25 plus this is okay, this is negative 25 pala dapat dito. Negative 25 is to 5 din siya. And negative 4 times negative 100 is 400. So that is square root of 1025 over 2. So what is the square root of 1002? The square root of 1002. Okay. Something wrong kaya pala. Ayun natin ako. Kasi sumobra yung sagot natin actually. Kaya pala hindi siya makuha. It's because something is wrong with our equation here. Sige. Sorry for the inconvenience. I-change natin yung dito na kasi hindi tumutugma yung sagot natin noon sa ating ginamit. So let's erase this one. Sige, ganito. Ito pala. So we have the measure of this one is 10. Tapos square natin is equal to, ito palang L to V, the measure of that is 25. So no need to multiply x. No need to add x. Instead, mag-multiply na tayo ng x dyan. So, 10 squared is 100 is equal to 25 times x. Okay? So, divide both sides by 25. So, x 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, ganun lang pala kadali yung sagot nun. So, x is equal to 4. I thought the measure of 25 here is hanggang dito lang siya. That's why nag-add ako ganyan. Hindi pala. With the symbol here, ibig sabihin, it denotes that the measure of L to V is 25. So, ganun lang palang kasimple yung sagot. So, the value of x is 4. Okay, so we are done. We are done answering the 10 problems about the theorems on secant segment and tangent. So, i-remember na lang natin itong mga theorem. So, kung dalawang chord na intersect, ang gagawin nyo yung segment nila, the product of their segments are equal. So, itong SA times NA is equal to DA times LA. Tapos, dito naman, pag ganito yung problem naman, dalawang secant line na intersect sa labas ng circle, ang gagawin nyo yung length ng secant times its external secant segment is equal to the length of the secant times its external secant segment. And lastly, pag ganito yung ating itsura ng problem nyo, you're going to get the square of the tangent line times the measure of the secant and it's the product of the secant and its external secant segment. Okay, so we are done. So I hope na-familiarize ninyo yung mga theorems. So, I will give you, starting yung mga na-discuss ko na mga video, I will give you a summative test. So, i-announce ko na lang sa group chat natin kung kailan niyo pwedeng kunin yung mga summative test. So, with that, thank you and have a nice day, everyone. God bless.